Hi folks, my name is Lee Rogers and welcome to the second edition of Crank Punk Rides. Today I'm sitting just by Danshui MRT station. You just see behind me in the background. Beautiful day here in Taipei. It's about 28 degrees and I thought I would come out and do the introduction for this video outside rather than being inside. Last week, in weather not quite as nice as it is today, I went for a ride with Alec Gates on the way to his bike shop in Taipei. It's in a place called Datong, and along with his friend Alex Bryant, they opened up a bike shop in the city. So a friend of mine recommended I go and take a look, so that's what I did. And so up we set to Taipei Bike Works, which is the name of the store. And I found a place where let's just say they run things a little bit differently than the normal bike store. And there's also an ice cream shop there as well, which is run by Alex's wife, Yunshin. So let's go, let's check it out. I hope you enjoy the video and thanks for watching. Morning.
How's it going, dude?
How's it going? Not too cold, not too early?
No, I've done worse.
All right, let's get going.
Yes, I am. Je suis l'original tribunal aux côtés de Volphonique. Un petit dub raga pour mettre la panique sur le dance floor. Alors écoute ça. Oui, c'est la panique quand tout le monde danse et personne ne veut rester statique. Y'a plus de place sur la piste, mais les mains sont prestes.
So I found out about Taipei Bike Works through a friend of mine who had his bike built up. His name is Daniel. These guys helped him to get his bike set up. And he said I should go along and just take a look at the store, and I did. And to be honest, I was surprised, really pleasantly surprised with what I found because, well, we'll check out the store a little bit later, but can you tell me a bit about, is it a cycling philosophy or a bike philosophy or a life philosophy?
We just try and cater to everybody. We've kind of found ourselves in a unique position where a lot of expats and foreigners come by, and all they want to do is they just want things explained to them in English or want to know where their money's going, what's good, and they don't want to be seen as like as dollar signs. We greet everybody, we say hello, we encourage everybody to get out and cycle. We'll work on absolutely everything. There's nothing we've had to say no to. And as for the big brands, I mean, that's just one of the hurdles of opening up a bicycle shop in Taiwan. That's not as easy as it would be in the United States, where you get 3 distributors and you have hundreds of companies to go. Over here, it's kind of the opposite. You have hundreds of distributors and only 3 brands from each distributor. And more than likely, everybody's out of stock of something. So it's a bit difficult, but we're trying to do our best to make everybody happy.
It's a bit like urban cyclocross when you're riding in Taipei because there's so many obstacles. You end up hopping up on the pavement. Sometimes there's no pavement, so it's pedestrians in the street. Sometimes you have to get on the pavement. It's quite challenging, but fun.
Volcanique, c'est la panique. Tonique, volcanique. Reste statique, reste tonique. Volcanique, oui c'est la panique. Reste statique.
So we have arrived. We made it through the streets of Taipei in one piece. We're in Datong, which is just a little bit north of Taipei main station. As you can see behind me, there's the store, Taipei Bike Works. Let's go inside, let's meet the guys, and let's take a look around.
We mainly started the store out of necessity. We usually do city bicycle tours. We've been doing that about 3 years now. And when COVID hit, a lot of the people that were our customer base kind of, disappeared. And so we had to quickly restructure. And I have about 5 or 6 years of mechanic experience from college. So I figured, hey, how hard could it be? And so, a year's gone by and we're still here.
Oh, hello.
Hey,
How's it going?
good.
And your name is?
Alex.
Alex
Bryant.
Alex Bryant.
Yes.
And tell me what you're doing here in the bike shop.
Yeah, I'm the right-hand man for Alex. So the two of us handle everything around here, from building bikes to ordering products and everything.
You guys are really fond of Taiwanese brands. Could you show me one of the interesting brands you've got? The Rikalau, it's obviously a Taiwanese brand because they have the Taiwanese head badge.
Yeah, right. Rikalau, they specialize in stainless steel, titanium, and they do have some standard steel. It's Nippon steel. The Rikalau name is an Aboriginal word for the clouded leopard. So it has some Aboriginal connections. That's where they chose the name from.
So how much is this frame here?
Yeah, that frame in stainless steel, it starts at $38,000 for the frame set.
Which is about 1,400 US?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
You've got a lot of Taiwanese brands here.
Yeah, absolutely. We're trying to stick to what's made here because what's made here is quality.
So behind us you can see a wall of components, and it's a wall of components, but Alec, the owner, it's something more, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my wall of pride and joy.
The wall of pride and joy. So the reason you call it the wall of pride and joy is because you've taken a lot of time to find the right products that you wanted to be on the wall.
Yeah, so right here we have, starting out with bars, we have Uno. Not a lot of people know about Uno outside of Taiwan, but it's actually a really good company. They make a huge range of bars and stems. For the weight weenies out there, the stems that they make are anywhere between like 80 to 90 grams, and it's really good stuff for the price. And over here we have KMC Chains. If you're not familiar with them, it's a really good Taiwanese brand. From our experience, we've seen that these actually outlast a lot of the factory Shimano chains that come on people's bikes. They also are the manufacturer that produces the lightest weight chain that you can purchase right now for your bicycle, which is the X11 SL. So they have hollow plates and hollow pins, and they also have this really cool gold option. Moving on to saddles, we really like to push fabric saddles. For one, it's a really nice clean looking saddle. There's not much branding on here, it just says fabric right here, and they have a huge array of different sit bone widths and channels for relief. The price is really good for what they are, and believe it or not, these are pretty much just the same company, Velo, as these guys right here. And Velo is really popular with major manufacturers with Giant, Specialized, Cannondale, a lot of the factory seats that come on those complete bikes made by this same company here.
So there's another brand, Taiwanese brand, Maxxis. Definitely Taiwanese brand. In the past, wasn't a big fan of them, but I must say, I've ridden this on the high road and you're a big fan of it too. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so I used to run Continental GP5000s. If anybody's run those, they know they can be kind of expensive, but they're super grippy, super sticky. These high roads are almost half the price and they work just as well in my opinion.
I mentioned ice cream earlier, and here you go. Scoop's Creamery. So here we are, there's Scoop's Creamery. You got brownie, ice cream sandwich, brownie sundae, and here's your ice cream. So this is all handmade?
Yeah, all handmade in the bike shop. We have 5 different flavors. So we also combine with some Taiwanese style like tea and flavor ice cream. And like today we have roasted green tea.
And how long does it take you to make it?
Around like half hour.
Here's the menu. Can you recommend something for me today?
Yeah, I like for this type of weather, I recommend brownie sundae.
Great, I'd like to try that please.
Sure, okay.
Thank you.
No problem. There you go. Here's your brownie sundae. Yeah.
Looks delicious. I should have started this this review of the ice cream a bit earlier, but it was too delicious. Anyway, it's delicious, fully recommended. So when you come to Taipei Bike Works, check out Scoop's Creamery, the brownie with the ice cream, fully recommended.
All the other parts you see here are used and refurbished. So say you need like a front derailleur in emergency, we have these things at really discounted prices. I mean, these were my old personal shifters. Just because it has a couple nicks here doesn't mean that they don't function properly. These are super good, ready to go. Like 3000 NTD, have a good day. In college, I worked at a bicycle shop that was literally in somebody's garage, and the owner would come in and he would dump off probably like 30, 40 old bikes. And he'd say, hey, make these work. Okay, cool, yeah. And so we'd get them working and then we'd sell them to the college kids. And that's how I learned to like reduce and reuse and recycle.
Talking about used things. Used tires, pick anything. That's about $7 US?
Yeah, anything you want. Sometimes we'll just give it to you for free. You assume some of the risk yourself, but if you really need like a tire and you're on a budget, there's some good ones in here. Just because it's used doesn't mean that it's broken. you can still use it to its full function. It might not last as long, but you will definitely save so much money, especially if you're like, oh man, I want that tire, but it's really expensive. Let me try it out. There you go. You got to use one, like a quarter of the price. Works great for you. Go buy the real thing.
We all agree that cycling in Taiwan is fantastic.
Yeah.
What is it about cycling in Taiwan that is so good?
Yeah, I think there's many aspects to what makes riding in Taiwan good. You have good road quality most of the time. The government really does their best to try to promote cycling. So the road quality is also specifically meant for cyclists. You see a lot of these cycling paths. That's good. Also, Taiwan's a small place, but it doesn't take long to really feel like you're away from everything. So that's one of the things I really like. It's like you're in the middle of a big city, you can hop on one of these designated cycling paths, and in 30 minutes to an hour, you're somewhere where you maybe really feel lost. So that's awesome to be able to go out and get lost like that quickly. Yeah, that's what I think that I like the most.
You could go do a Huandao, which means go around Taiwan, and then halfway through something comes up, you could be at a 7-Eleven, a bicycle shop, or you can just go home that same day. Just use the high-speed rail. It's just mind-blowing.
Well, thank you very much for showing me around. That was a great visit and very informative. I think the people watching have learned more about brands in Taiwan. They've seen some of the bikes that are made here, and they've seen a Taiwanese bike so run by two guys from Texas. Who would have expected that?
Yeah.
In terms of development of the store and of the brand, where do you guys see yourself moving forward? Like, what kind of direction do you think you'll be taking?
I think that hopefully in the next couple of years, when the world unlocks, we'll be doing a lot more city bicycle tours. We're still fully set up for that, and that will help pay for some other cool things in the shop that we have that we'd like to get done in the works. So there'll be a lot of cool stuff happening here in the next couple of years. I'd like to, cover this whole store from ceiling to floor with just really cool used and new bikes. I'd like to have at least, 2 major brands in here as well, like either Kona, Surly, or Cannondale, or just, something more international. And I'd like to continue being part of the cycling community here in Taiwan.
That's what I was going to say. I think you've already established yourself, even though we were saying earlier, you established yourself sort of organically as a member of the cycling community, but to become established, and I wish you guys the best of luck. Like I said, it's a breath of fresh air to me as a cyclist to find a place that operates like this, on respect of the customer, and I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
No problem. Cheers. So, when you come to Taiwan, come to Taipei, Taipei Bike Works. Ice cream, bicycles, good people. What more could you ask for? Thanks for watching. Cheers. Ciao.